Welcome everyone, this is Toy-Nutz, and today going to be looking at the new Mattel WWE Elite Collection Survivor Series 1992 pack. This little 2-pack here is exclusive to Amazon. It should still be available as we record today here. Just a couple of strips of tape here, I'll pop it off, but this is the main box. Really cool that Amazon did not put just the labels on it and send it this way. I've had a couple of items I ordered from them. That's what they used. Thankfully, this shipper box was inside another box and it was wrapped pretty good with some bubble wrap and everything. So that's really good to see from Amazon. Big thumbs up, thank you. But yeah, so we'll open this little shipper container here open, and you can see that nice bright yellow, the old school Survivor Series logo. I mean, this looks really cool. I have been desperately waiting for this 2-pack, or just the gobbledygooker figure in general. It's a silly, stupid flop of a character that they did back then, but for a lot of us old school guys, this was something we've been wanting, especially since Mattel teased it for so long. But yeah, look at this packaging. This is awesome. I love this. It's the old school Survivor Series logo, colors. I mean, the promo photos and everything. But yeah, I love this packaging. Mattel knocked it out of the park with this one. You can see, I mean, it has basic information here, you know, the jaw-dropping debuts of 1990, introducing the gobbledygooker and the Undertaker's very first appearance. This is really cool. It's a big deal for the Undertaker back then. I mean, but yeah, look at this. Oh, it just looks really cool. The original promo shots. Yeah, I just love this packaging. Not a mint on card guy, not a mint in box guy. But, I mean, this is definitely a box I'm keeping. Really cool on the side. Again, the studio photos for them. And then the logo. On this side, you just got the full, Ultimate Collection. Gobbledygooker, Undertaker debut. I mean, looks really good. Back of the box is really good, too. You got the picture of the infamous egg hatching. This just really great job, Mattel. Got to give them a thumbs up when they deserve it, and this is definitely a big thumbs up for me. There's no tape holding this closed, so we'll just slide the little tab in the back, pull it open, and we'll see the inside here. And there you can see everything's all boxed and ready. The black Survivor Series box here with the question marks, that contains the egg, and it also... You want to be careful with it because that's also a base for the egg. Separating all the boxes here is this pretty cool little flat piece. You have that brick wall on the back, and then you got the crowd with the Survivor Series logo. And there's separating these two boxes. There's another one. Just a neat little bonus. Really cool. Just put it on the back of your backdrop, either side. There you go. That looks really cool. Neat little bonus thing, and also something to help protect the boxes from rubbing and scratching and being ruined, I guess. Pretty cool. I hope Mattel keeps using this in the future. All right, so first one we'll pull out here is the box for the egg. Again, the back of the box, it shows you. There we go. Then we got, this is the Undertaker here, and then the Gooker. We'll put them off to the side. We'll put them both off to the side, and we'll slowly look at each one individually. All right, so first up, we'll look at the egg here. Pretty generic packaging, but it doesn't really need much. And the fact that they use this as part of your stage to hold the egg, very similar to how it was when he debuted. He was on like a little raised platform stage area, and they had the Survivor Series logo with the question marks as banners hanging off the side. It's, so once you put this egg together, you can put it on top of this, and it looks like that. So it's really smart of Mattel to do that. Great way to keep this protected. And it gives you a little extra, shelf display diorama little thingy. Smart move by Mattel. All right. It does have flaps on the side and some nice thick piece of tape. So you want to be careful when cutting and opening this. Don't play a Matt Cardona there. And because Broski, when he got his, he was, just ripped it right open and didn't realize that, he just destroyed and damaged the box. So yeah, just get your X-Acto, cut that open. There we go. It's a tight little squeeze here, but trying to be really careful. I don't want to damage it because, like I said, it displays as part of the stage. So it's a really neat little smart idea on Mattel's part. There we go. We'll put that off to the side over here. And everything's held in with a clamshell. There's 2 rubber bands holding the egg in. But yeah, there's the top part of the egg there. but looks pretty cool. But we'll just use the X-Acto to pretty good tight cuts here. There we go. And we'll pop these suckers apart and we'll put the egg together. Don't really need much for the egg. Maybe a little bit of extra wash, but that's something if you want, you can do it yourself. But it's going to display just fine looking like this. There we go. Both halves of the egg. This is also held in by a little piece of rubber band. So just be careful when cutting. Don't want to scratch it up. There we go. All right, so egg, as you can see, has those pegs, and they just line them up and just give it a nice little squeeze, and it pops right together. And that's all that takes. There you go. Making sure it's nice and tight there. I mean, they just snap right in, and then the egg top just fits right there. That's it. And the egg's all set, ready for your gobbledygooker. And so, since we did the egg, we'll do the gobbledygooker here next. Standard Elite packaging, the solid red border, that pretty much tells you it's the exclusive line. But yeah, you can see all the details that it comes with. Extra hands, it comes, C grips are on it, and those are like a sprayed, almost salute type hands. And then it comes with the new modern style head. Taking a closer look here, it has that gobbledygooker name right there. Yeah, they did a really good job on the head sculpt. I always liked the older head. I mean, yeah, it was a smaller, skinnier head and everything, but it just, I don't know, it just looked a little better than the more modern style head that they're using for the gobbledygooker. Yeah, this is a really good, nicely packaged. This is the standard at the moment. Mattel Ultimate style packaging. Supposedly it's changing for the 2024 line. We'll see just how badly it does. I guess it's going to have more of cardboard, less of the window packaging. Back of the box really annoys me. They show it with that Mean Gene figure. It hasn't been available for a while, and on the secondary market, it's pretty damn expensive. But yeah, the standard basic information on it. But yeah, looks really good. Cannot wait to open this little bad boy up. So, one thing to know, some of the older previous exclusives, like with the ring and that, they were not taped shut. These are, but nothing really difficult. Just use your X-Acto to slide it down the sides to slice open the tape. There we go. And the really cool thing with these, once you slide that, it just slides open like a book. And there's the Gooker in all his wonderful Thanksgiving glory. All right, so to remove the Gooker here, the little blister here just slides right out. And then you can remove the head, nothing holding it down, so you can just pull it right out. There you go. And then this is the more modern head, last seen at San Diego Comic-Con. Chelsea Green wore it when they pretty much announced the gobbledygooker for this year being released. And again, you got the two hands, like the sprayed fingers here. Looking good. There we go. There's one and the other. You don't really need much. The C grips in these are plenty. I guess maybe a point finger, but not really needed. So the Gooker himself here, there we go. They had some bands holding his arms, but you can just slide them. Oh, and okay, this is a problem a lot of people are having, is the arms just don't seem to lock in very well. It's pretty much because of the what they used, the thick plastic for the feathers. So you can just barely move them and they'll pop out, but they just pop right in. I just don't think there's enough of a hold in there with all that plastic feathers there on the upper arms. That's what really creates it. But once they're in, they're in. It's just when you move them, you got to be a little careful. But yeah, looking, it's got a little heft to them. It's mostly this rubber, soft rubber PVC type material that they use for the feathers. But yeah, I think it looks great. This is awesome. It does have the Ultimate Edition style arms. So, look at that. You can get some pretty good bend. Only thing that's restricting it is this little plastic that they have. As you can see, if I pull back here, You can kind of see the elbow joints. It is triple jointed elbows in that. Full rotations for the wrist, fully articulated wrists. The waist doesn't feel like it has the ab, or the ab crunch area. It doesn't seem to really want to rotate there, but I think that's more of the outfit. And playing with the feet here and looking at them, it looks like they're just standard basic jointed feet up and down. They don't really have a rocker ankle, but I'm able to get them to stand with no major issues right out of the box. Like I said, you can get some pretty cool poses with them. This looks, I like this figure. Something I've been wanting. I don't think I'm going to be having him doing super kicks and all that in displays. He's just going to be there hanging out, popping out of his eggshell. Could he have been like a basic figure and much cheaper and easier to get? Yes, but would Walmart ever really want to carry this? No. So, like I said, it's really cool. Got the hands. They just pop right out. Like any of the Mattels going forward now, pretty much everything, including the basics, will have swappable hands. So that's really good to see. And then, they're in there just tight enough. I don't feel like they're going to break or anything, but once they're in, I know they're not just going to fall right out. And then for the head, same thing. It just pops right off. There you go. And then we'll put the newer head on just to see what he looks like. There we go. But this, again, feels like everything is Ultimate Edition figure has. Really good articulation, good posability, enough for me. If this was the only way we were going to get the Gooker, I'm glad to pay the price for it because I just think this is really cool. Again, if you're old school or you just love goofy stuff, this is the line, this is the figure. Again, slight problems with because it does not have the rocker ankles to get the feet posed when you have them spread like this. But there we go. I was able to get it. So you can get some pretty okay action poses here. All right, so again, like I said, when you pull the arms off here, easily detachable, like, no major issues. Same thing with the head. And then one of the cool so taking off, you can take the upper feather body part off, and you can see it has that ultimate style joints up there. Nothing in the rib or waist area for the waist joint, so you can bend. As you can see here, you can get a little bit of a view. There's no cut, so it's just a swivel hip area. But, again, I don't think we're going to be setting him up to do, atomic drops and backflips and things like that. And again, with the ankles, you can see they're just standard, circular and then up and down slightly because of the way the feet are designed. It has a little bit of a, but, do you really need, rocker ankles on the gobbledygooker? No. Could this have been sold as just a standard elite? Yes. Would it have sold well enough? Or would it just sat there on the pegs forever like Mae Young and a couple of the others? That's a very good debatable question. But here he is in the egg, looking awesome. This is definitely a wanted, needed, must-have figure. Glad I was able to get this. Well, perfect on the centerpiece as your Thanksgiving display for dinner, I guess, But one of the other big selling points for this line, or this figure, is this Undertaker, the very first match, the debut of Undertaker. He was teased leading up to it. And this is the first time, I guess, they really depicted the very first Undertaker match. I know there's others that look very similar, but the big difference is the black gloves and the hair color. I don't think the hair color is red enough on this. If you look at it, as opposed to some of the pictures, his hair was more of a darker red than this, but you can live with it. I can live with it, but it's this. Like I said, this is the first appearance Undertaker. Packaging looks great, and that again, it's that standard Ultimate Edition packaging, but it looks really good here. Back of the package, I do love how they show him coming out with the Brother Love figure in that, because that's available at Target. Some of them have them on sale for like $12 now, so you got to have it. But as you can see in this picture here, from the actual match, how red his hair is, and the boxed figure here, I mean, it looks more of a brown. So I think there should have been a little bit more of a red in there to really make it pop a little more. But overall, really can't complain. Again, these are sealed. Like I said, some of the others that have been like box sets like this, they had not been taped up. But again, nothing too hard. Just use your X-Acto to cut the edges of the tape, and then it will pop open like a book. And so here he is. I mean, this looks really good in the packaging like this. His hand fell right out of the little bubble thing, but you can see there's his that pose he does with his hand, pointing up at the urn. But when he debuted, he did not have the urn. Yeah, great that they have the gray gloves and the gray collar piece for the sleeves here, because it wasn't very long after this match that he switched over to the gray gloves. So you can have it, either, timeline for the Undertaker. I mean, so that's really cool that they did that. So he has all these hands, the C grips, the Undertaker urn pose. There we go. And you got them for the blacks, and you got them for the gray. I mean, just really cool. I mean, they do load up the Undertaker here with some accessories. And like I said, the cuff or collar piece here for the gloves. There we go. We got him in gray. He's wearing the blacks. And then the jacket here is protected underneath this little piece of plastic. Small little piece of tape there, but it just pops. There we go. You can fold the jacket out. And then on the other side's the tie. Pretty cool. It has a little elastic ribbon around the top of it, so it goes over his head. And the tie is slightly different from the other standard Undertaker that's been released that looks like this. This is more of that blue metallic. And then, of course, you got this classic Undertaker hat. Nice soft rubber on that. Looks really, pretty plain, but then again, it was a pretty plain hat, so you can't really ask for too much. And then you got the two heads, that growling head here with the wide eyes. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Really good face scan and likeness. Great paint apps. Nothing's off. And then this doesn't really seem to have any little rubber bands except for there in the back. There we go. I'll just cut those. Holding the legs, it's probably the major area. The ones around the hands, this one, there you go. Just slide it over the wrist like that, and he just pops right out. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is a really good taker. Just love the look of this one. They face paint and everything on this. Looks really good. And right out of the box, nothing really having to fix anything. And yeah, he stands perfectly fine right out of the box. But yeah, as you can see with some of the detailing here, that face sculpt and that face scan is just dead on. Again, you get a lot of little accessories with it. But yeah, like I said, this is just right out of the box, right out of the bubble. Just put them down, boom. So good balance issues and everything. Like I said, the only thing I really complain about right now is I think the hair should be a little more red. All right, so we'll put some of the gear on him here. We'll start with this tie. It has that little elastic loop around it. You can put it on like this right over the head because it has enough give and everything. But other way, should have probably done it be easier and quicker, is just pop the head, slide it over the neck post, and then pop the tie on, because that way, yeah, so you have to fit the back underneath the hair there. So, but yeah, otherwise, no problem, no issues with that. Some people complain about this being a cloth jacket. They just don't like the look of it or the way it fits, but I prefer having it as a cloth jacket as opposed to a solid rubber jacket and then having an extra set of like jacketed arms for them. Yeah, I don't know. It's personal preference on that, but I have no issues with this being a cloth jacket like this. You can just remove the gloves and the cuffs there, and it will just slide on with no issues. There we go. One arm in that side and over on this side. And then, yeah, it just slides right in, right on. Fits really good. Like I said, I prefer cloth over like the hard or rigid plastic of the other figures that come like that. Yeah, no. I mean, because you'll have that cut around the shoulder area, and that it's just, I say go with actual material as opposed to hard plastic with this sort of thing. I didn't put the cuffs on because I wanted to see. I mean, the sleeves look long enough that I really don't know if you really need the cuffs on when you have the jacket on. Yeah, doing something like this, it's not bad. Yeah, see, when you bend the elbows though. So yeah, you might want to put the cuffs on when you have the jacket on because yeah, it does. They don't. Yeah, I just think having it with the jacket and the cuffs on will look better. For the hat, again, pretty basic. Though, yeah, I mean, it's just a hat. Don't really need a lot of detail. There's never been any color to it, so it looks like it's molded just, perfectly fit. Yeah, and it's soft enough so you can get it right on the head. And here he is, ready to walk down the aisle. I mean, God, yeah, this is a beautiful figure. I really like what Mattel did with this. They did an awesome job on this Undertaker. Again, Taker by himself, definite buy. Him with the gooker here, yeah, that's just even better. And playing around with posing him, here he is taking his hat off like he always does. Actually, I think the left hand should be back towards the back of the hat a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, look at, now that they've got those butterfly joints in the shoulders, I mean, yeah, and the triple jointed elbows. Yeah, and then of course I'm taking the hat off. I mean, yeah, I just love this figure. I can just play with this thing for setting him up in so many different poses. He just looks really good. All right, so again, he comes with the multiple hands and the changeable cuffs, so we'll just swap those out. And again, you can just take that right off. Again, I put the cuffs on when I was posing them because it does look better with the jacket and the cuffs on. Yeah, I do recommend doing it that way to remove the jacket. You can kind of get them over the cuffs, but it does tighten up just a little bit. So it's just much easier if you just take the hand and the cuff off to remove the jacket. And same thing for the tie. It's just easier, just pop the head and see the tie just falls right off. There we go. And then you can just pop the head back on. And again, just a little twist in. There we go. Make sure it's in. And then, yeah, I mean, you can see the articulation, triple jointed knees, triple jointed elbows, the butterfly joints in the shoulder area. And then to put the new cuffs on, there we go. Just slide those right over the wrist. Then grab whatever hands you want. And there we go. You got to put the C grips on that side. And then for this side, again, just slide the cuff over the wrist. And then I'll go with the Undertaker hand gesture. There we go. And then to show off his triple jointed knees and his drop down hips. And his post-match, if we have a pallbearer in his urn, you can, there we go, just, I think I can get him to stand without any assistance here, kneeling, and there we go. Yep, look at that. No figure stand, no nothing, just right, boom, you're able to get him. I mean, love the improved articulation that Mattel has added to these guys. Yeah, this guy is just beautiful. I mean, like I said, now I just need a pallbearer to hold the urn and him to be doing this too as pallbearer holds the urn up. But yeah, just look at this. Oh, great figure. Love this set. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment down below. Do you like this set? Do you want more? I mean, come on, who doesn't love the gobbledygooker? Again, thanks for watching the video. Have a wonderful day, and as always, Excelsior!